शेयर करके ट्वीट कर दूंगा मैं. ठीक है, go live. Done. Hello Ayush.
Hello, Himanshu.
Let me share my screen for a bit. Um, and I can just say quote retweet. This is starting now. Oh, we are live. Cool, done. Tweet, go away.
Let me
एक
go
सेकेंड.
share it.
This feels quite new, but I'm excited कि कैसे चीज़ें काम चल कर रही हैं. And काफ़ी कुछ कर
Yeah,
सकते थे अपन. We can add skins on top and कुछ कुछ animations. बहुत exciting platform है ये. OBS.
let's keep it simple for first.
हाँ हाँ ऑडियो काम कर रहा है वही बहुत है. उसमें मेरे को बहुत मेहनत लगी थी. ठीक है, so let's begin. So we have prepared a doc and do you want to start? मतलब अपन शेयर कर सकते हैं वो doc just for notes. तो yeah, I think we can talk शुरू में. तो so yeah, Ayush, why do you want to build something like this, or what are you that you're trying to build? What's your motivation?
So in college, you remember, right? Like we always used to discuss about writing the letters. You told me about how you communicated with Harsh a lot after his graduation, also in letters. And recently, I started journaling. And at that time, also, I used to write letters with pen and paper. And that got me thinking कि जब हम इंस्टेंट मैसेजिंग पे बात कर रहे हैं किसी से, लाइक मैं आपको हाल के लिए पिंग कर सकता हूँ कोई भी एक छोटा डाउट पूछने के लिए,
Hmm.
तो कम्युनिकेशन फास्ट हो गया है. बट कहीं ना कहीं ओवर द टाइम वो इंटीमेसी और वो जो वेट होता था एक लेटर का कि मेरा लेटर 4 दिन बाद पहुंचेगा, फिर कोई पढ़ेगा, फिर वो 4 दिन बाद रिप्लाई करेगा. तो मैं वो लेटर बहुत सोच के लिखता था.
Hmm.
या फिर मतलब मैं खुद को ऐसे पुराने टाइम में ले जाके बोल रहा हूँ, बट या वो लॉन्गर ड्यूरेशन की वजह से
Yeah.
लोग उसमें बहुत थॉट्स पोर इन करते थे कि क्या बोलूं, क्या क्या बताऊं. आज के टाइम में वो सब चीजों में अब कोई ध्यान नहीं देता.
Hmm.
तो दैट्स व्हाई आई थॉट कि इफ in some way we can motivate more people to write the letters again, it will be very helpful. And yeah.
Yeah, totally. Share the sentiment. और मेरा भी वही है कि like I think a lot of people share this sentiment हमारे एज के, and it's like not a hard to relate kind of thing कि letters are important. And मेरा motivation is कि I know this but still there's a there's an inertia or there's like we know मतलब वर्कआउट करना अच्छी बात है बट अपन नहीं करते. वी नो बाहर वॉक करना अच्छी बात है पर नहीं करते. वी नो कि दोस्तों से बात करना अच्छी बात है बट समटाइम्स इट्स लाइक कि बस मैसेज करके रह देते हैं. तो आई थिंक आई एम लुकिंग फॉर दैट एक्सटर्नल लाइक इन्फ्लुएंस तब तक एज जब तक कि मतलब इट बिकम्स नेचुरल. सो अ लॉट ऑफ थिंग्स हैव बिकम नेचुरल नाउ जो मैं पहले फोर्स करता था अपने आप पे. एंड आई होप कि दिस विल हेल्प मी लाइक राइट लेटेस्ट नेचुरली एंड एक हैबिट बन जाएगी ये चीज़. बट एनी वे दैट्स वन. द सेकेंड इज I mean, I want to try new stuff. So this is, about 1 year ago, I started this podcast thing just because कि मुझे दोस्तों से बात करनी थी. And I also felt like कि pair program is a good thing and I mean, we should do it. So this is just an excuse to get your time, Ayush. Now I'm revealing it. कि I want to work with you. Yeah. So let's start.
This was
तो
actually
बोल.
was a good idea. तो लाइक ये प्रोडक्ट बनाने का आइडिया बहुत पहले का था, बट एक वो होता था लाइक ओके
Yeah.
वी विल स्टार्ट, बट दिस विल एक्चुअली कीप इट ऑन द राइट ट्रैक एंड वी कैन मेक समथिंग नाउ.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, so मतलब I think we have now established कि ये क्या चीज़ है. इट्स समथिंग जो हमें याद दिलाता रहे, जो हेल्प करे. इट्स लाइक डिपेंडेंसी नहीं होना चाहिए ये. वी वॉन्ट, आई वॉन्ट टू यूज दिस ऐप फॉर 1 year एंड देन आई वॉन्ट टू डिलीट दिस ऐप. ऐसा रिश्ता होना चाहिए इस ऐप के साथ. एंड it's like a very simple helper or aid. Or so I imagine this app to be quite emotional in a way. It's not hard to build this functionality, you know. What you're actually trying to build is कि कुछ नहीं exist करता. You इंसान letter लिख रहा है चुपचाप, you know. You want to be side as an app. So you want to like, so I imagine a lot of like emotional reactions कि तुमने उसको याद दिलाया कि you wrote this to this person पहले, and you remember कि कैसा लगा था. तुमने उसको, you know, guilt नहीं, I don't want to use that word कि guilt नहीं देना है किसी को. I don't want this app to be telling me कि you suck because I'll uninstall, but it should just give me that happy memory. So एक इंसान कभी भी एक बार भी letter लिखा है, that person उसको याद आ जाना चाहिए. तो we'll start there. um, yeah, what else?
और the problem like जो generally letter writing में होती है कि when you are sitting down and thinking कि चलो अब मैं letter लिखता हूँ, most of the times you don't remember what to write.
Yeah.
But over the time, let's say over a span of 2 weeks, 3 weeks, you get a lot of ideas like, okay, I want to tell this to this person. So this app can be a tool for that too.
Yeah.
कि notes कर बना के रखते जाएं.
Yes.
Common कुछ चीजें ऐसी होंगी कि I want to tell anyone which I talk next to.
Yeah.
And some things could be personal. Like whenever next time I'm writing a letter to Himanshu, then I will tell this only to him. So
got it. So we have established two features. पहला कि just remind us occasionally and all. दूसरा be when the person is actually writing the letter, it should help. So be a keeper of ideas for letters. ठीक है. So let's do this. How do you want to start? Since we are like, we can build a lot of things like web app, email, notification, pata nahi. It's like a lot of things, and we have zero code at this point of time. So what should be the first code? So I love, we've been talking ki let's learn something new because Java में आप बना सकते हो, but क्यों Java नहीं लिखना? So yeah, we've been talking about Flutter to use Flutter to build this app, and I've not used it before. I know Kshitij used it once to make this game, this cards game जो आज़ाद में खेलता था with his friends, and he was like Flutter, मतलब app बना देता हूँ मैं इसका. It was complicated. You have to write it down, all the numbers and all, and his experience was good. तुम्हारा क्या experience है उसके साथ?
So I made a app last year around in Flutter. It was for train booking. So India में we use IRCTC for train bookings, right? So उसमें ऐसा होता है कि every station has its own quota for reservations. So let's say there are A to E stations in the line. You are going from B to D. So if B to D is not available, you can book from A to D with boarding from B or B to E. This thing happens. एक ट्रेन एक स्टेशन पीछे एक स्टेशन आगे का आप बुक करके जा सकते हो. I had a web app already, so I made a simple Android and iOS application on Flutter, and experience was quite good. Though I don't remember any of the things right now because एक साल से मैंने उसको बिल्कुल use नहीं किया.
Okay. Yeah.
But yeah, learning curve was not very steep. We can go ahead. And right now I was also seeing the web part of Flutter is now out of beta. And other players are actually investing a lot. Like for example, Samsung is working with Tizen with Flutter. Microsoft Surface is also using it. So it should be good.
Sure. मतलब अभी मैं chat देख रहा हूँ. Like what are you guys doing here? Nishant, Ashay.
I cannot see the chat here on Meet.
Oh yeah, so Meet पे chat नहीं आएगा. तुमको incognito में खोल के mute करना होगा so that और normally खोल के mute करो and then you can talk to the folks. But let's start. I'll share my screen and then we should switch in 30 minutes. Where you can continue.
Nishant is here. Sahil. Raghavendra.
Share screen 3. Yes. Yeah. I should move this to this tab. Chalo. So this is our repository. How do you start a Flutter app? Create Flutter app. कुछ तो मिलेगा. Write your first Flutter app, part 1. Brilliant. How many parts? Um, if you don't
You
see,
have installed Flutter, right?
I have not done anything. This is going to be interesting.
Let's go with the getting started.
Oh, oh, acha. Install macOS. Download stable. So what is the what is Dart programming language? Have you explored it before? Was it just created for Flutter?
I don't think so. I didn't get deep with Dart,
So Dart is
but
a
it was quite good. You can create a web server also in Dart,
mm,
and just like JavaScript, you can run it in browser also. So if you don't want to install Flutter and set up everything locally,
mm,
you can create the widgets and everything online too.
yeah, cool. It's a client optimized language for fast apps on any platform. Okay, so this is like Google saying to Facebook, we also have React Native. Um, so I get the feeling. But why create a new
I guess
language?
like Facebook's biggest issue or the biggest thing which they regret right now is not having their own OS.
Oh, yeah, it's expanding. So, but we should think about other things. So, what we want to create a is key when the app starts, um, it
Mhm.
should ask user few questions, basic questions, and like with some cool animations. Joe, we request anyone to create for us because we are not good designers. Um, or it should like ask key, how often do you want to write and uh, what what is this? ये मेरे को क्या दे दिया? Source दे दिया क्या? How do I install this? Bin?
You have to add this to your system path.
Ah,
Let's go with the documentation itself.
no, this is 2021. We don't alter path anymore. Okay. ठीक है. Let's do it.
We can. How, what about Windows user? More difficult for them.
Okay, so I should move this directly to some place where it's more stable. So I moved it to my user home. Um, this bit. So export path, Flutter bin. Got it. Oh my ZSH. Why are you taking so long? I'll open my Z profile. I hope there are no tokens, but um,
No, no.
मैं साइड में खोल लेता हूँ just to
Add
see.
it.
Um, नहीं, there are so many tokens. So I'll set the path. The tokens लेकिन अरे दिख गया. Oh no! Ah, क्या क्या था उसमें? AWS access key and stuff. Ah, that sucks. Anyway, um, I'll disable the GitHub token. But ठीक है. Let me set the path.
Next half an hour after the stream is set up for you now. You'll be busy for at least half hour.
Yeah, I trust my friends. They won't. मतलब मेरे को ज़्यादा कुछ नहीं करेंगे वो. Anyway, so updating path now. Adding local and Flutter bin and appending with path. Um, cool. So C profile and which Flutter? Yes, I have Flutter. Chalo, so this is done. Run Flutter Doctor. Um, the command checks your environment and this is nice. Flutter Doctor. I should move this. Either. Welcome to Flutter. Uses Google Analytics to anonymously report feature user statistics and base crash reports. I don't know how I feel about this, but ठीक है. Running Flutter pub get in Flutter tools. Hey, Flutter tools reminds me of. Does it remind you of something?
Sorry? Flutter tools.
Have you played GTA Vice City? So Nutter Tools was a cheat code in GTA Vice City to get lots of weapons.
What? Nutter tools. Professional tools, Nutter tools,
And
and one more. There were
yes,
three different weapon sets.
yes. Um,
I always liked the professional tools because it had the bazooka.
hmm. Bas-
Missile launcher. Yeah.
yeah. So what did it say? Android licenses not accepted. To resolve this, Flutter Doctor Android licenses. Android toolchain developed for Android devices. Cocoa Pods not installed. Xcode developed for iOS and macOS. Cocoa
I guess
Pods
we
is
can skip the code part. Uh,
which part?
Xcode. You have not used Xcode on your system, right?
I not this laptop maybe. So I don't know. So we have done this and I feel ये हो चुका है अपने पास. We have Flutter SDK now
Mm.
and we have updated path and ये सब. अच्छा, so iOS setup and then
So the code setup will be required if you are compiling the iOS app.
ठीक है.
So
I
for now, you can skip that.
Android Studio तो मैंने install करा. It takes. Oh wait, I have Android Studio. I have understood. So there's a picture. जो I know Nishant and I were working for a hackathon एक बार, and मैं उसमें Android Studio install कर रहा था because we had to create an app obviously for a hackathon जो कल होने वाला था. And मैं install करते करते सो गया and he just clicked the picture. वो आधा घंटा एक घंटा लगा था उसमें. Anyway, so I have Android Studio, which is a good sign.
Nice.
Now set up your Android, start Android Studio, go through the Android Studio setup wizard, install latest Android SDK, blah, 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 which are required by Flutter and when developing Android. Run Flutter Doctor to confirm that Flutter has located your installation of Android Studio. If Flutter cannot locate it, do that. I feel कि Flutter detect कर लिया मेरा Android Studio. That's why I didn't complain in Flutter Doctor.
Just run the Flutter Doctor again.
ठीक.
It should work.
Android toolchain, tick. Yep.
So
it detected the SDK.
So the Flutter Create actually adds a very minimal basic app by default. So we can just use Flutter Create and try to run that.
Sounds good. Nishant says ditch iOS. Oh no. Yeah, let's ditch it. So what should we do now? Write your first app? Oh, just
The command was Flutter Create space the name of the app, I guess.
Chalo, let's
Just
try.
check the documentation.
Flutter Create. What's the name of the app? Pen a friend. Is not a valid Dart pack. Is it because the Pen a friend is not a valid Dart package name? Is it because it needs underscore?
Yes.
Oh my god.
It should say like what are the supported characters and what are the non-supported characters, something like any one of those.
So, GitHub search this error message and Let's see if we can fix this. So all done. In order to run your application, type cd pinafren and flutter run. क्या है इधर? Let's open in VS Code.
Zipnox is asking why Flutter and not Kotlin.
Kotlin. Kotlin is a language, no? It's not um, a framework.
I don't have much. Uh, it was like, as far as I know, previously the Android native development was done using Java, and it was a replacement sort of a thing or any something like that.
Yeah. So a
So
modern
one of the
programming
main
language
reason.
that makes developers happy. ठीक है.
And
So
Flutter actually allows us to export the desktop applications also pretty good. So
so Flutter use Kotlin. That's what we are looking for.
Flutter doesn't. Android did.
Okay. Who created Kotlin? JetBrains. Google होता तो आ जाता अभी तक. Close. So it's not right valid dart package name. Anyway, so we were following the docs. I forgot to run the timer because I imagine 10 minute हो चुका होगा. Also,
for the win.
I created this app. we'll do something later उसके लिए. तो set up an editor. Android Studio है हमारे पास तो we don't.
Did you run the app? Can you run the app once and see like if everything is working fine?
How do I? अच्छा, there was a command ना.
Just Flutter run.
क्या करेगा ये मेरे CPU का? कितना memory खाएगा ये? I can hear my fan. On Chrome in debug mode, waiting for connection from debug service on Chrome.
On Chrome, it's opening. It's opening the web version directly.
हम तो native app बना रहे थे.
So that's the beauty. Like all three things will work in sync, sort of, in the UI wise for us. So you can save your CPU.
Okay, something happened. So कुछ start किया ये, then it disappeared. Debug service is running on this. The app is linked to debug service, running with sound null safety. I should don't show my bookmarks bar. Anyway, ये is this running? Can we find a docs for running first app? I think this will be it, right? Yeah, create app. Open the IDE and select create new Flutter project. So this is saying कि Android Studio चलाओ and we are here, terminal. Yep. We created the app and also there were options about कि कौन सा language choose करना है. So Android language, Java, iOS language, Objective C. Nice. ये क्यों करेंगे? We want to write one single code base so that it runs on multiple. Oh, Ayush, your voice is not. I can't hear you.
Hello.
Yes, I can hear you now.
Yeah. So thing, the way React Native works, right? Like it adds a canvas layer on top of the native applications and renders the UI and everything there with a bridge connecting the native libraries of each platform. So same way, but with more efficiency, uh, Flutter does this thing.
Okay.
So we will have the native codes of Android and iOS in our source files itself.
Hmm.
So this actually makes it easy for making something new. So let's say there is no Bluetooth module for Flutter, for example. So
Hmm.
you can directly go inside the Android folder. There you can file the Java files or the Kotlin files and add the native functionalities there with the connection bridge to Dart.
Hmm.
So it makes that part very easy.
समझ गया. So I ran Flutter devices and it says one connected device, Chrome. And if I run Flutter
Chrome.
now, I should get this beautiful blue screen uh, in debug mode. It's quite similar
The
to React
default
Native
function.
का experience, I believe.
Hmm.
कुछ ऐसा ही है. Waiting for connection from debug service on Chrome. This is a good way to actually um, try out a new project. So I remember कि backstage में there was this one person who is one of the and Kubernetes founders, like one of the first people who created it, and he was like ripping backstage apart in a live stream for 3 hours, ripping as in a good and bad way. So he was like trying out things, looking कि documentation कैसा है, and he was doing it with people as well. So it's actually a nice way to like see कि तुम्हारा project किस state पे है. Okay, so the Chrome starts and then crashes for some reason. Um, I don't know if it's. I don't know why. It just crashes and to hot restart. Should we open one of these links? It's WebSocket.
Finished. It should not happen.
क्या?
Mm, I said like this should not happen
Yes,
ideally.
yes. But
Uh, uh,
apps, apps, they crash. Flutter run
you have
crashes.
already the Android Studio installed. Can
Yeah,
you open a Android emulator?
create new project.
Not the
Um,
project, just from the devices. You can
um,
close this pop-up.
got. So from Android Studio या फिर Flutter devices?
From Android Studio first or from the terminal itself, just opening the uh, starting an Android emulator so that it will get listed down in Flutter devices directly. And in place of Chrome, we can use that.
Piece है. So how to create an Android simulator for Flutter. ऐसा लिख के देखते हैं. Maybe Flutter में कुछ command होगा to connect because we'll have to connect anyway.
Let's spend 5 minutes more on this. If this doesn't work, let's set up the iOS one then.
अरे um,
We can spend 5 10 minutes, like because iOS won't give that much problem. iOS simulator and all works pretty fine. It's the setup time which is problematic.
yeah. I wanted to search key why is Flutter run crashing? Flutter run crashes on Chrome. Cannot launch web. Flutter run -d, Chrome crash on macOS. What is this -d command? Flutter run what run hell -d. Oh, you can add target device ID.
Yes.
So how do I pick a device? Flutter devices. What's the ID for this device? -d Chrome.
So
Okay.
on the document in the issue, it entered only Chrome, right? Can we try with Safari?
Uh, do I have Safari? Rhetorical question. Okay. Flutter devices. We should search Flutter add device um, Android simulator. Linux installer. What the? What's going on? No. I'm loving this. We have no idea कैसे कहाँ पे हम अटके हैं और what the problem is. You'll see the starter app on your device.
Can you add verbose also? Let's see, like with its problem, it's Flutter itself or
G
something.
G 3 V डाल दे. Sorry, ऐसा नहीं होता है. ऐसा होता है. Um, तब तक कोड
Okay.
पढ़ते हैं. कुछ इंटरेस्टिंग मिलेगा. So it says lib main.dart.
Yes.
काफी सुंदर.
This is the entry point
काफी सुंदर.
for our
मटेरियल
application.
ऐप पूछा नहीं मेरे से मटेरियल ऐप बनाना है कि नहीं बनाना है. It's like guess who created material.io and guess who created Flutter. What else? चलो ये खुला. Let me open console quickly to see कि कुछ error आता है क्या इधर. अब ये जाएगा, अब ये जाएगा, अब ये जाएगा. गया.
We can predict the future.
Yeah, and
You try one thing. Flutter create dot and then try to first Flutter config hyphen enable web.
ऐसा.
Yeah. Enable hyphen web. Sorry. I'll share this.
Okay. Nice. फिर से रन करते हैं.
No, before that, try Flutter create.
नया
So
project.
we've already created.
Yeah, we
We
have already
created the.
created. Yes. Flutter run.
Crossed our fingers. Let's pray.
This is the worst kind of error where this is the worst kind of failure जहाँ पे तुमको error नहीं दिखता. It's like silent. Silently it just died.
Very frustrating.
Yes. Just remember this as a programmer, Ayush. Whenever we are writing कुछ नया चीज़, we should definitely make sure कि वो silently die नहीं करे. Okay, what's happening now? So it opens now. Or what? Okay, it's gone. Application finished. What does this mean? Application
No
finished.
clue. How can this application get finished? It's not like we are writing a synchronous Python script. Okay, loop ended. Tata, bye bye, good
ठीक है.
night.
तो अपन ने बहुत ट्राई किया इधर उधर रैंडम चीज़ें. इतना स्मूथ एक्सपीरियंस नहीं है. तो now we should just do read the docs and I mean start from the basics. So I feel like Android Studio अपन खोलेंगे तो चीज़ें आसान हो जाएंगी. ज़्यादा एरर्स वगैरह दिखेंगे. तो Android Studio में खोल के देखते हैं. Android Studio. It wants me to install some plugins.
अब Android Studio को तो मना कर नहीं सकता अपन.
Open an existing project try करते हैं. And let me do.
जो अभी नया बना है.
Yes. Is this an Android project or is this an Android project? I think this is an Android project.
So Android Studio actually supports Flutter project itself now. So you don't have to necessarily open the Android project. Just root directory would do.
काफी सही. Kotlin bundled undefined. Zipnox will get triggered. Fix it. um, so close this. It opened main.dart. इसका मतलब है कि it recognizes कि main file क्या है. Plugin supporting star.dart क्या? Install plugins. Dart. Yes. This feels hopeful. Restart to activate plugin updates. Let's do it. What's the
You can actually use your MacBook as a space heater also now
space
while
heater?
working with Android Studio.
Hmm. So we have, chalo, now this is looking hopeful. Android Studio mein we have installed plugin and now restart bhi kar diya. Test drive.
Yay.
Create the app.
App is
Done.
created and loaded.
This is also done.
Can you? You are on the terminal one right now, not the Android Studio.
Thank you, Ayush. Open the ID, create new
Mm.
Flutter project, select Flutter application as a project type, next, something, finish. So we have done this.
Yeah.
ठीक है?
Let's go to the run the app section.
Yes. Locate the main Android Studio toolbar. Android development is one of those things कि Android और basic कोई भी app development is like कि मुझे बहुत मन होता है करने का, but then I'm like कभी करेंगे, मतलब I don't know कभी करूँगा कि नहीं करूँगा. I think possibly कर पाऊँगा because web development में भी मेरा वही था कि web is so exciting. So yeah, I'm glad I'm doing this with no prior Android experience. So look at the main toolbar. In the target selector, select an Android device for running the app. If none are listed, select tools, AVD manager and create one. मेरे toolbar गायब है.
नहीं ये add configuration वाली side में है ना. You don't have a device. You have to go to the AVD.
Loading devices. So I should go.
You can click the fourth last icon on the same toolbar. I guess that's the same as AVD.
अच्छा ये AVD manager. Thank you Ayush.
Yes.
एक pixel करके कुछ है. Can we
List क्यों नहीं हुआ?
launch this AVD in the emulator? Unable to locate ADB. मेरे पास ADB नहीं.
Create. Let's create a new one from the AVD toolbar itself.
Okay, create virtual device. iPhone, no. Phone. Let's choose. I want to be graceful with my computer fan. तो कुछ छोटा सा choose करते हैं.
No, so this is just the outline of the phone. You can select the OS afterwards.
सही. So Pixel XL then. Android R. Shit. Lollipop was new.
What do you think after that? What will happen?
So it has been a long time जब मैंने Android किया था because I was like Lollipop के लिए बनाते हैं, but अब मैं Android R के लिए बनाऊंगा. Yeah, फिर वो A चलने लग जाएगा I think after Z. Next.
I thought like they will use Excel. So after that they will go with AA, then AB.
Yes, same. This is done. What to do now? Run. So I think this is saying कि ADB install नहीं है मेरे computer में and Android Studio कर देता था install. I don't know why it's not doing it. तो let's search. ये Safari बंद कर. Let's search. Install ADB Android Studio Andropod Android.
This is actually what's happening right now. Is a real world scenario.
Mm-hmm.
Whenever we start with something new, majority of the time is spent in setting up everything.
Yeah. I तो हम लोग हैं real world में आयुष. Android debug bridge. How ADB works. भैया install करना है तुम बता क्यों रहे हो? Connect to a device.
Like पहले सीखो, समझो, फिर बताएंगे कैसे डालना है.
Oh my god. How ADB works ही खोल दे ये सीधा.
Do you want to try brew install ADB?
बिल्कुल.
That's like the fastest thing I always do with any package.
Yeah. Ab, hmm. This is
You
interesting.
can
Like
skip this
sometimes,
updating home.
sometimes in the JavaScript world, I feel ki I've installed a few things with Brew, and then I'm like, अब मुझे uninstall करना है तो I do I try npm. So it's like in Python we used to do the same. Brew install some package, and then the हटाना है तो we would also do pip uninstall and whatnot. तो आई वॉज होपिंग कि एंड्रॉयड स्टूडियो कर देगा मेरे लिए सो दैट मुझे नेक्स्ट फ्यूचर में याद रहे कि एंड्रॉयड स्टूडियो से करना था बट ठीक है इज फाइन.
One thing I hate about Brew is like it always checks for the updates on every install. And to skip that, you can add a single alias in your. It's not
इसको ब्रू
didn't
नहीं
work.
था. ब्रू को एडीबी नहीं पता था तो ये अपडेट क्यों किया? अच्छा ठीक है मेक सेंस.
तो वही अपडेट अगर रोकना है आपको हर कमांड से पहले, so you can add a single alias with few of the flags for brew, and फिर वो कभी अपडेट नहीं करेगा. Like you have to manually update everything, और else वो हर हर कमांड के बाद अपडेट करता है. I don't know
Yeah.
why ऐसे कितने अपडेट्स आते
इसको
हैं.
एक महीने में इसको एक दिन में एक
Don't
बार
you
करना
know?
चाहिए 15 दिन में एक बार करना चाहिए आई थिंक बट आई डोंट नो मे बी पीपल विल से सिक्योरिटी इन कोट्स तो आई विल बी पॉलिटिकली करेक्ट एंड आई विल से कि ये सही कर रहा है. इसको नहीं मिला एडीबी ब्रू को सो यू कैन ओह यस ऑफ कोर्स दिस इज द थिंग एंड्रॉयड प्लेटफॉर्म टूल्स आई रिमेंबर डूइंग दिस.
Nice.
Pre-install ADB, go away. So ये exist करता है क्या? It's not a valid Dart package name. Can we search code? बहुत जगह मिलेगा. Where is Dart hosted? Dart GitHub is already installed. To reinstall, do this. So which ADB? I have ADB. इसको यहाँ मिला
Just
नहीं?
type ADB devices on the terminal.
ADB devices. I have done list of devices attached.
ADB is uh, just search for ADB start Android emulators. I guess there should be something.
Oh.
No, on Google.
So what I feel is कि Android Studio is not able to locate ADB. ADB not found. So इसने क्या किया? यहाँ पे हम जब रन कर रहे हैं तो it says कि is already running. कब रन किया भाई तुम एरर दे रहे थे. It's running तो यहाँ पे दिखाना चाहिए ना.
Can you check the doc?
For
अच्छा नीचे डॉक में दो इम्यूलेटर के आइकन्स हैं.
Android Studio में
नहीं मैक के डॉक में लास्ट के दो. You can force fit them, I guess. ये दोनों इम्यूलेटर्स ही हैं.
और ये रिस्पॉन्ड नहीं कर रहे.
What we can do is force Flutter to use Android. I guess it should create a IVD automatically.
So now if I do start this
Android.
unable to locate ADB. So this is the error. And it's coming from Android Studio, and I think it's just a matter of setting path in Android Studio. So let's do this. ADB is located in Android SDK platform tools. Check your SDK directory and platform tools active. If it does not exist, open SDK manager in Android Studio and switch to SDK tools and install. Okay. So tools. एक second. Then okay, error isle. Tools. SDK manager. See, there is SDK. There is some SDK. What about SDK tools? So maybe it's just AVD manager unable to find ADB. I sounds so strange. AVD manager unable to locate a DB. Hmm. Toggle Android sticky command line tools. I'm this close to
Yuck.
crying, but I can't tell you अभी. अच्छा, ये क्या कह रहा है? It is installed. Um, AVD मैनेजर का देखते हैं. Do I can I edit you? तो ये तो बस डिवाइस के सेटिंग्स हैं. इट्स ऑलरेडी रनिंग. सो मेरे को पहले एरर देता है, फिर वो बोलता है कि वो ऑलरेडी रन कर रहा है, एंड इट इज़ रनिंग हियर. आई शुड मे बी जस्ट रीस्टार्ट एंड्रॉइड स्टूडियो.
Solves a lot of problems.
ये तुम जाओ एंड्रॉइड स्टूडियो. सही आयुष, 30 minutes we have written 0 lines of code.
Which is a good point to tell everyone. Number of lines of code doesn't matter.
Velocity, yeah, write 1 line of code every day keeps a.
You remember, like we had this discussion during first season of Kharagpur Winter of Code
Mm-hmm.
for the leaderboard. Like,
Mm-hmm.
what should we use? And we cannot find a proper metric.
मतलब for backend उसका, what should we use?
Yeah,
as-
like whether we should use number of
Oh,
commits,
sorry.
number of additions.
Oh, so for
number of
judging,
lines.
yeah, dashboard, na. It
For
was,
the leaderboard.
yeah, it was horrible. We chose number of commits, and
Yes.
उसके अगले
It
year
was
से
very
we,
bad. But we didn't have
yeah, उसके अगले year से we thought कि alphabetical रखते हैं, and I think it's a good decision. People were complaining like they used to merge their PR and check back on that dashboard like तुरंत एक
Yes.
मिनट के अंदर, एंड बोलते थे कि ईमेल लिखते थे कि ये अपडेट नहीं हुआ. आई मीन लाइक ठहरे यार, क्रॉन जॉब चल रहा है, एक दिन तो था उसको.
एंड हम लोगों ने सोचा नहीं था लाइक दैट लीडर बोर्ड लोगों के लिए इतना इंपॉर्टेंट होगा.
यस, उसका नाम ही गलत रख देते हैं, लीडर बोर्ड.
Himanshu, can you try the command flutter emulators on terminal? It should
Emulators.
list all the emulators.
सो इसको दिख रहा है
Cool,
ये.
we got the
हाँ,
दिख रहा है. So you can use this flutter emulators -- launch and then emulator name. I'm sending it in the message, in
Yep,
call message.
yep, यहाँ पे भी आ रही है.
It's emulator name. Yeah. Nice.
So ये
Let's try Google once, then we will go with Apple iOS emulator.
so कौन सा करना है, x86 और नॉर्मल? आई थिंक नॉर्मल मे बी. So x86 is the Android emulator executed during startup. STD address these issues and try again. Address what issues? Give me the issues. Oh my god. So this emulator is corrupt. It's running but it's not running because ये launch करते time बोला कि ADB not found. Right.
मतलब लॉन्च नहीं करना चाहिए, फिर एरर बताना चाहिए ना. लाइक अब हम क्या करें?
So इसको
So let's try with iOS emulator. The first one was listed at the iOS one only in Flutter
सही
emulators
कह
command, right?
सही कह रहे तुम. Flutter emulators launch. Xcode है क्या मेरे पास? कुछ तो खुला. Can you see
Do
this?
you have an-
Oh my goodness.
Yay!
कहाँ है
Yep.
निशांत? उसको दिखाओ ये चीज. Ditch iOS. Oh my god.
Yo, we have Parth and Mukul and Likhit too.
इस इसको बंद करते हैं, एंड्रॉयड स्टूडियो को बंद करते
Bye, Android Studio. We are not opening you anytime
हैं। अरे
soon.
नहीं नहीं, ऐसे मत बोलो। um,
Can you type Flutter devices and see like if is it recognizing this or not? Also, if you remember, we skipped the CocoaPods installation. So if we are using
mm,
the iOS emulator, we might need that. So
yep, इसको मिल गया।
let's do the Flutter Doctor again.
यस, इसको ये मिल चुका है एमुलेटर क्रोम में। सो व्हेन वी आर सेइंग ना फ्लटर रन, वी शुड नाउ से कि यूज दिस एमुलेटर।
-D, right?
हाँ, यस यस, यू राइट। और इसको लेट्स रन दिस। CocoaPods is used to retrieve the iOS and macOS platform sites plugin that responds to your plugin uses on the Dart side. ये कौन लिखा है ये लाइन? Without CocoaPods, plugins will not work on iOS and Mac. Oh, plugins. So it's about Dart plugins or Flutter. Anyway, let's install. काम की चीज़ होगी। We have 4 minutes before we switch to you, Ayush. कितना सुंदर दिख रहा है। Health. Anyway, edit home screens. No, done. Sudo gem installed. नहीं है मेरे पास gem.
Do you want to try again with Brew? Brew install whatever was the gem name.
Okay. इनको याद
This is
बताना
like
चाहिए।
the way I treat multiple choice questions.
Yeah. इनको ये बताना चाहिए ऐसा भेदभाव क्यों कर रहे हैं जेम के साथ। और anyway, brew install CocoaPods and let's do flutter run -d and this device name which was
Yeah, it was.
सही है। and
तुक्का चल गया.
तुम जे याद दिलाती। एप्पल आईओएस इवेंट। एंड्रॉइड के लिए भी बनाएंगे।
CocoaPods you installed.
ये इंस्टॉल हो रहा है, इसकी ज़रूरत नहीं होनी चाहिए बाय द वे। सॉरी,
एंड्रॉइड के लिए अपने आप साथ में बनेगा ना.
हाँ हाँ,
It's
अपने आप
just about running.
यस यस, इट्स जस्ट अबाउट डेवलपमेंट के लिए। सो द ट्रिकी बिट है इसकी डिवाइसेस में, ये मुझे 50 चीज़ें दिखा रहा है। आईफोन ये, सो दिस इज़ द नेम ऑफ द डिवाइस, दिस इज प्रॉब्ली द आईडी ऑफ डिवाइस, दिस इज़ द ऑपरेटिंग सिस्टम ऑफ द डिवाइस, एंड ये तो मुझे कोई आइडिया नहीं क्या है। सो -d में क्या लिखना है मुझे? ये व्हाट शुड आई राइट? फ्लटर रन -help, ये इन्होंने नहीं लिख रखा है यहाँ पे। सो इफ़ आई डू फ्लटर रन -help एंड -d के सामने क्या है, तो इट्स इज डिवाइस आईडी, टारगेट डिवाइस आईडी और नेम। अच्छा, कुछ भी डाल दो चलेगा। प्रीफिक्सेस अलाउड। तो
But
लेट्स
they should have the heading row also, like devices के detail अगर सारे आ रहे हैं तो क्या चीज क्या है एटलीस्ट पता हो कि.
yep. So let's try this name. I'm nervous about copying this brackets. Flutter run -d. Obviously, for sure. इसको कोट में डालो। कुछ हुआ?
Drum rolls.
हे राम, इतना टाइम लगा इसको पता करने में कि डिवाइस एग्जिस्ट नहीं करता है। What if we don't give it a device? Or how to set Flutter, how to set default device for running.
For Python, we used to like set Python 2 or Python 3 for the default Python command.
Hmm. तो ये कहना चाह रहा है कि फ्लटर रन इसको कुछ मिला नहीं. सी एल आई में चाहिए. वर्बोस तो डाल सकते हैं. um, I ran mine with Jenny Motion, probably the best for Flutter. ऑलरेडी बहुत कुछ इंस्टॉल कर लिया मैंने यहाँ. एक और नई चीज नहीं डालना. um, वर्बोस पहली बात. एंड लेट्स नॉट गिव इट अ डिवाइस. तो ये क्या यूज कर रहे हैं? ओह वर्जन.
यार
Wait. Um, mm, okay, it's using probably the iOS one. And इसको मैं ऐसे साइड में डालता हूँ. इसको ऐसे साइड में डालता हूँ. How do you so item मेरा resize नहीं हो रहा है. It's I think ये dock हो जाता है. View. Anyway. Sorry. iOS app कुछ हुआ? नहीं हुआ. Okay, this is two verbos. अच्छा ये build कर रहा है maybe.
या Xcode का पूरा मतलब वो iOS ऐप बिल्ड कर रहा होगा साथ में मे बी. रनिंग Xcode बिल्ड या.
At this point of time like Flutter रन करने में इतना टाइम लग रहा है. अभी डार्ट भी नहीं आता अपने को. And you know yeah.
अरे डार्ट का ऑनलाइन वाले पे ट्राई करना है क्या जब तक?
कुछ है क्या ऑनलाइन उनका?
So जैसे अपनी जो main.dart फाइल है अपने पास, right? So something you can think of like CodePen we use for JavaScript, right? Yeah, Dartpad पे. So just run it.
कॉपी करो main.dart. अच्छा इसी को रन करता हूँ.
इसी को
तो प्रोग्रामिंग लैंग्वेज सिखाया गई है. बट ये ज़्यादा कुछ नहीं कर पाएगा आई बिलीव. या 50 चीज़ें इसको नहीं मिली. या आयुष कुछ हुआ. चल गया था शायद. UI output. Hello, if you can hear me, I am back, but my laptop had died and I'm trying to create a new meeting. Let me join the yeah, thank you for all the F reacts. Join Google Meet. You Ayush.
Hello. Yo.
We are back.
Yay.
I can't believe this happened. So I will install a bunch of stuff मेरे computer से, especially something called Flutter or Android Studio and whatnot. But let's switch to you and let's create something. So my initial bit is ki feeling is ki we can try React Native because yeah tried it before, but same troubles आएंगी. But it's still maybe better.
Uh,
What do
I
you think?
actually wanted to go with Flutter.
ठीक है,
This was a very big
चलो.
embarrassment the first time.
ठीक है, तो let's continue, but you share your screen and तुम्हारे पे करते हैं. तब तक मैं
अरे
अपना
फिर से पूरा
गिटहब.
टाइम
हाँ, क्या?
uh,
ठीक है, सो
just a
तब तक
second.
मैं अपना गिटहब टोकन डिसेबल करता हूँ जो मैंने खुलेआम शेयर किया. अह,
Hmm. Let me set up and see if this works. Let me share my screen. So, can you see my screen?
yes.
So, since local पे setup करने में इतना issue हो रहा था,
Mm-hmm.
I using an online IDE, flutlab.io. I have no clue how it is.
Dear, dear.
Hmm. Yay, main.dart is here. Build project for web, iOS, Android all. No, no, not that time. Ah, it wants me to verify my email. Just a second. I will open my email on phone. They should actually not give an option to verify later then. Like, I cannot even use the platform.
Uh, verify your email, please. Otherwise, your account will be deleted. Holy crap! Too aggressive. um, okay.
I just did it.
Otherwise, your account. ठीक है ना, इसको
I verified it on my
इसको इग्नोर कर सकते हैं. बिकॉज तुमने क्लिक किया तब आया ना.
when it started.
ओके, ब्रिलियंट. अभी बोलेगा कि add your card details, otherwise your app will be deleted.
True.
Working on it. So, did you try GitHub Code Spaces recently?
Yes, it was very awesome.
Yeah.
The shortcut was recently released. The code spaces were released a while back. I used it that time also.
Hmm.
So it encouraged me to work with VS Code more now.
Nice. Yeah, I also saw the blog post where GitHub Engineering moved to Code Spaces and running browser, running code, running code editor in a browser. तो ऐसे some benefits. जैसे मेरा लैपटॉप नहीं डाई करता, वो सर्वर डाई करता अगर मैं कुछ ऐसा
Hmm.
हैवी चीज़ रन कर रहा होता तो. Yeah, it's cloud.
But there's some issues also, right? Like for example, the last time I used code spaces, it had the integrated terminal too. And if I have access to terminal, I can do a lot of things.
Yes, Ayush. They know it. तभी तो कंटेनर में चला रहे होंगे वो कि तुम. हाँ, मतलब आई टोटली गेट इट, एंड आई थिंक वो फ्री नहीं है. सो उसके प्राइसिंग पेज पे दिख रहा था कि देयर्स इम्यूनिटी इज नॉट अवेलेबल, प्लीज ट्राई टू रन अ वेब बिल्ड.
What do you want?
2021 आ चुका है.
I actually verified my email already.
काफ़ी सही, काफ़ी सही. सो फ्लट. आई डोंट नो व्हाट इज. This makes me want to become a designer.
It's your turn. I just built my. Oh, it's building the web archive now. Holy shit.
वेब ऐप भी बनाना था, इंडेक्स डॉट एचटीएमएल स्टार्ट करते ही क्यों डार्ट क्यों चला रहे होते जब वेब ऐप भी बनाना था तो.
Anyway, till the time it builds. So we had a talk of what we were going to do today, right?
Yes. um, Run Flutter.
So features we discussed.
I mean, yeah,
The
doc में,
job which we thought should
yeah,
be the.
yeah, खोल सकते हैं वो doc. एक bit,
Oh,
ये भी खुल गया.
great.
सही, very nice.
Please don't die. Please don't die.
So let's do something.
Cool.
Can you close this app? Is it possible for you to close this app in close as in
Uh,
not don't close the
the preview
emulator.
app.
No, don't close the emulator. Close the app. So जैसे
Hmm.
मान लो ये फ़ोन में चल रहा होता तो
Hmm.
ये तो
It closed the emulate.
हाँ. So the reason why I'm saying this is कि so let's say someone starts this app for the first time. We have to detect it कि ये first run है. And उसके लिए what we'll do is कि we'll use database phone ka and we'll store something.
Okay. So you are saying the first run welcome messages you want to add, right?
Yes.
The first run, like we were discussing how the Mac OS
I was.
adds new person like
Yeah.
Hola, hello,
Yes.
just for the person.
Yes.
So we might get some packages. We can get maybe some packages directly. So let's search Flutter first run
So I remember ऐसा splash
package.
screen करके चीज़ें होती थी in Android
So
itself.
slash screen is just the loading part. So for example, right now, the time between loading an app and the first screen, the main screen, in between those two things, the splash screen will come every time you open the app.
Mm.
And the first welcome is just for the first time.
Yeah.
So in splash screen, we can just add a logo or a GIF kind of a thing. And the welcome, we just have to
पहली बार
get.
GIF सुन रहा आयुष. I'll be honest.
So,
पहली बार मैंने GIF word सुना है. I'm like what? GIF के GIF नहीं GIF.
diplomatically correct. कोई argument नहीं करना किसी से.
What's the full?
So
Yeah.
yeah,
Anyway.
just like uh, the full form of GIF.
Yes.
Do you want to search? Let's full form of GIF.
Zipnoc
Oh,
says, how about
graphic interchange.
graphics interchange format? Zipnoc says, how about starting with a pre-built minimal boilerplate for Flutter rather than a new one from scratch? So it's not totally from scratch. Flutter create,
We
but
already have boilerplate application, right?
right. So this is boilerplate. I feel like इससे और भी जो upper level होगा with some features, we might be have we might have to remove a bunch of things. So um, maybe if
Okay,
there's a
hot
template like
reload is not
use
working yet.
database, then it's helpful.
So local database is directly used with some packages of Flutter itself,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
So we don't want for the first run also we have this pretty good package, right? The is first run. It's
क्या करते
so
हैं?
first thing which I checked for in a Flutter package was on which platforms it is currently supported. So since it is supported on all of them, you can directly use it. But let's say if it was only for Android, only for iOS or something like that, then we might want to do something manual because वो platform अगर supported नहीं है, then we cannot compile that properly for those. So ये तो सबके लिए है, तो it's best for us.
Nice. Cool. Just interested how does it decide कि
Again.
it's the first run? Yeah, if it says anything.
Let's check the GitHub also for us. I just want to see like how I can add for this online ID. Terminal download VCS, main menu, build, run, analyze, pub command, pub add. Okay, nice.
वो रहेगा कि नहीं कि वो गायब हो जाएगा उधर, मतलब कैन वी डाउनलोड दैट प्रोजेक्ट आफ्टर दिस इज डन?
So even project though we can download, uh, like we can add the version control also and download also.
पीस.
And package का ऐसा है कि like the way we have requirements file, we have something here pubsec.yaml
No, we don't have requirements file, we have package.json.
package
I have changed.
package.json. I am also delving in that
भाई.
territory. Postman पूरा Node.js
Yeah.
और मैंने आज तक नहीं किया. हर बार ये लगता था कि like ठीक है Django से सब हो रहा है ना, why I need anything else.
Requirements.txt is
So yeah,
in
in the
Python is more or like kind of a hack in a way. Ki it's just a text file and you can just ignore that file and just run pip run, or Python run. But Node में क्या होता है कि you execute any yarn command or npm command तो पहले check करता है कि package.json satisfied है या नहीं है, is the log file
Mhm.
updated or not. So it's like more integrated, more tightly integrated.
Nice. So this is the example of checking the first run. Uh, so in place of delving directly, since we both are, I'm using it for after a very long time, and you're also using it for the first time.
So is it your first
Do you
run
want to go through the
of
document?
Flutter, Ayush? No, it's my first run.
Sorry.
मजाक कर रहा था. Is first run true है हम लोग के लिए, because मैं पहली बार देख रहा हूँ Flutter. Yes, done.
So we tested, set up an editor, test drive, write your first app. So there's a concept of widgets on Flutter. Starter app we already created using an external package. Oh, that also we did. Then hot reload was not working. Yes. Stateless and stateful widgets.
So
You
what
can
is
see the
a
screen, right?
yeah? So what is a widget in Flutter?
So from my understanding, widget was the root level UI element for me.
Mm-hmm.
Let's check what is the official definition they used here.
Root level
Uh,
UI element. So it's like a component जो
tutorials.
web
No,
में होता है. Stateful widgets
exactly.
are immutable, meaning that no. What is widget? Add a stateful widget.
That the properties can't change. We got that.
So they have written a line without defining कि what is a widget. Like उसके ऊपर होना चाहिए ना कि
Exactly.
um,
And we are still in get started. So
mm-hmm.
not a
So
good.
um, uh,
Flutter, what is a widget? Introduction to widgets.
yep, user
So
interface.
we have built using modern frameworks. Inspiration from React.
तो सीधा
Nice.
कंपोनेंट बोल देते ना. समझ जाता मैं. ठीक है. So widget is a component. Got it.
So this is the hello world program. Run app is the main function just we had in main. Mm, So yeah, another good thing is in Android, if you remember, we have to define a layout.xml file separately
Mm-hmm.
and keep maintaining it. In Flutter, it's all in the Dart itself. So UI and logic, everything is written in Dart.
Also inspired from React. This may be मतलब
Yeah,
even in React and React Native, we we try to keep things together, UI logic and the actual functional logic.
yeah. Uh, Introduction to widgets is there.
हो गया ना अब what next
So what we would
yeah, so we
hmm,
wanted to check if it's the first run, or and then if it's the first run, then we wanted some data from the user. So we would want name, tell us, name three people like Ram, Shyam, Ghanshyam, and how often do you want to ride? Um, महीने में एक बार, and like, that two questions is enough, I feel.
sure. So let's look at the example first, like what it's doing and how. So the home page is a stateful widget. Then it requires a key, the title, which is defined elsewhere. Let's reverse engineer this. And replacing the main dart with this is first run code. And let's see what happens, what we are presented with. Here's the run button. Build.
Taking a quick 2 minutes break.
So what we, we have the hello world. Oh, we have to build again. Okay. Build field, what? Okay, till the time Himanshu is taking the break, let me try and set up Flutter once more. Dot slash. What do I have to do?
Yo, Aish, I'm back.
Here, Himanshu. So till the time you were taking break, I thought like, let me try set up the Flutter on the side
Hmm.
because here I guess we have to keep building. Main menu, connect to Firebase, web emulator, hello
I love it.
world.
Two web developers trying client development and struggling. Uh, so much key makes me want to quit. I, yeah, I don't know
I'm not.
why we are developing the client app again. Progressive web app बना सकते हैं.
That's also true.
That's not a bad idea. कि so see how mobile Twitter works now. जो Twitter का जो new site है, it's a progressive web app, and um, okay, so all my opinions are my personal opinions, and I did not work at Twitter, and does not reflect. So all these Play stores or app stores control कि क्या publish होगा कैसे होगा, and they can actually destroy businesses if they want to. So the trend is कि create a progressive web app, and उसमें जैसे ही वो खोलेगा फ़ोन में यू कैन जस्ट क्रिएट अ सिंगल पेज, एक सिंगल क्रोम टैब जैसा वो बन गया, एंड यू कैन हैव थिंग्स लाइक ऐप आइकॉन एंड सब कुछ, बट इट रन्स इन अ ब्राउजर. एंड what is so the only problem यहाँ पे is कि if you are using a lot of database, like client का तुमको database चाहिए, तो you're probably limited by that. सिर्फ बिकॉज ब्राउजर के थ्रू तुम कनेक्ट कर रहे हो तो यू कैन यूज लोकल स्टोरेज ब्राउजर का फॉर दैट फॉर स्टोरिंग स्मॉल
Yeah,
थिंग्स.
apart from that, you need any native things, the native libraries, those things you cannot do in a progressive web app, right?
या नेटिव लाइब्रेरी जैसे कि क्या
So,
या
any code, let's say Bluetooth, if you want to do anything with Bluetooth or file storage, you want
यस यस
location you can get, but other device functionalities you cannot use in the progressive web apps.
ट्रू.
For the data, there was a thread going on. I read on Hacker News quite recently, in which it was using a MySQL database file, I guess, directly on a Chrome on a website.
What?
So that
Bicycle uncle. Um, yeah,
so anyway, I guess it's already an hour, and
yeah. We
this
have got
online ID is also not
we have written 0 lines of code,
good
so
to
we
me.
need to rethink our strategy of how to proceed. um, okay, so yeah, I feel like
So
we can now talk in
let's discuss.
we can talk in Discord and then see how to proceed um, with that. Yeah, I'm fine with Flutter as well, but I also see that React Native is also works everywhere. Um, it's just a matter of जिसका भी community ज़्यादा अच्छा है, it will win in future. It's like React versus Angular thing, or 8 years ago it was a very fierce debate, but now we know what happened. Move on. Um, anyway,
So one of the things
hmm,
I feel is, since Flutter is maintained by Google
mm-hmm,
and Android is the most used operating mobile operating system, right?
mm-hmm,
So the future of Flutter could be better.
hmm, समझा. But Google also owns a bunch of things. It owns Kotlin. It also um, it owns a lot of things. So it has to maintain a lot of things. So ultimately, it will kill one of those things, um, because
Correct.
you. So if an organization maintains 5 solutions for the same problem, it kills 4 solutions and just focuses a lot on one solution. Say Google Plus, Orkut, all these sites, Chat, Hangouts, Google, GChat. So you have to kill few. तो इट्स नॉट गुड कि एक ही और बहुत सारे अल्टरनेटिव्स ओन करता है. आई डोंट नो.
So it's like they are having competition in between their own products.
यस.
For some, it's quite healthy. For example, in mobile phones, Oppo, Vivo, OnePlus, all have the same parent organization, but it works in a healthy way for the parent organization. For Google, if you remember, they introduced Hello also, chat messenger, right?
Allo, yeah.
A
Duo
double L.
and Allo. Duo is still working. Allo is not working. By the way, I'll just post this Google Meet link in Discord if someone wants to jump in and chat. Um, if
That
anyone
would be great.
wants to jump in the call and chat, programming.
Also, shout out to Zipnox for the designs of these t-shirts, the COS t-shirts which
Oh
we
yeah,
are wearing.
Cos Public, please. Does
Zipnox is
does
done,
it
right?
have a Flutter logo, by the way? अगर होगा तो फिर मैं नहीं पहनूंगा.
Right, man. I don't think so. It can.
Does it have a React logo?
React it should.
Uh, yes, top
Zipnox
में
was on. Very
top में ये
solid.
रहा. Great.
Mukul is asking maybe Ionic as well. Tried converting a simple React app to Android and it worked all right.
I Ionic. Um, cross mobile.
And so
Cross.
many things to achieve a same purpose. Like it's so confusing.
Mm-hmm. Uh, hmm. And I wonder कि क्यों होता है ऐसा? Why does this happen? And two famous, but quite island like communities. So if you meet, I mean, now I feel like yeah, I'm a part of the React ecosystem, and I would probably not jump ship on the other part of it. And same goes for the other person. मतलब जो उस system में वो इधर नहीं आएगा. Um, so this makes it difficult to make choices, and because you are so biased, you're so मतलब तुमने एक चीज इतना यूज कर रखा है, you know how things work, you would not want to. That's not true for programming languages as much, I feel, because programming languages में काफी concepts similar है, and now when we get to the framework level, काफी अलग तरीके से frameworks काम करती हैं. So that's not true for programming languages. It's easy to switch languages, but not so easy to switch frameworks.
Yeah, and like they have a defined purpose. For example, if I have to choose between C++, Python, and Node.js, so for specific needs, I will choose a specific language.
Yeah.
Really. But
Mm.
yeah, like React, Flutter, everything. I don't know why.
Okay.
Mm.
ठीक है. So yeah, we are at time. 3:30 for you, 12 p.m. for me. Or this was nice exploration of how the client ecosystem looks like, and it looks great. My computer died. It's so funny. It's so funny. My computer died actually. I was just joking कि my fan is spinning, and I was only joking, and it actually died. That's great.
So
So the next steps, Ayush, you try Flutter, I'll try React Native, uh, and then see ki if we succeed in that. I've, mm,
so I
hmm,
will try to go through some tutorials, have a look how things are working, and the basic feature which we discussed, like the onboarding part. The first one should ask the user the list of contacts which they want to write frequent letters to, and we will try to limit it to maximum 5 for now. So
अरे एक
only
काफी
after
होगा.
that.
Like think about people जो बस एक ही friend है उनका. Don't let them feel कि तुम्हारे चार दोस्त कहाँ हैं. हमें एक ही दोस्त है. We are good. I know. I mean, it should be
Right.
optional.
No,
Like,
I'm just asking, going for maximum, like they can only add one also. It will not be like we are giving them 5 input boxes. It will be one single input box with
yeah.
a plus option.
Like sync your Google contacts, write to 700 people. ऐसा नहीं करेंगे.
Yeah,
Right,
that
nice.
no, only take only impact 2 people. Just write one letter to each.
Mm.
This can be a good gamification option also. Like you can first, after you have written a letter to a single friend, only then you can write it to next friend. You cannot add multiple friends at the start itself. To because you yourself can get overwhelmed, right?
Mm. Maybe. I feel like I have written parallel letters, and it's like इस week मैं दो लोगों को लिख रहा हूँ, and I mean it's fine with me. We can do this. At single point of time पे नहीं कर सकते, but mm,
Hmm. Okay. So
synchronous.
you're saying you're taking an elongated period of time to compose a single letter and parallelly working on 2 different ones.
Yes.
Okay, cool. We'll keep this in mind. Let me jot it down.
Yeah.
I didn't have use case in mind.
So yeah, that sounds good. I think Flutter is fine. I'm also thinking about contributions and the community. Ki, do we know enough people जो who will be comfortable, adding, making small changes, and saying कि ये word ऐसा हो सकता है. And so I'm also thinking about that. Just to keep in mind. जैसे हम लोग Kwalk का backend बनाते थे, तो हम लोग को भी मन था Golang में बनाने का. We were also cool kids. But
Mhm.
हमने Python में बनाया ताकि first years को आसान हो contribute करना. So yeah, but I think it's fine. New things to learn are cool. Yeah, I can't
After
make a decision as of this moment. I need to spend more time with Flutter.
yeah, but after today's experience, I am okay with React Native also. It would be like a benefit for me too, because as I said, like I'm starting with JavaScript, Node.js, and everything. So React Native will help me familiarize with the JavaScript ecosystem too, a
Yes.
little.
It's very much similar to React. Very much similar. It's like web development ka chota bhai or maybe even bada bhai. I don't know because you can do more things.
So
So
it's actually React Native was easier also. So in my previous company at Anveshan, we wanted a mobile application, and they have already. I also wanted that to be in Flutter, but they
hmm
already had a basic version written and half things completed in React Native. So I didn't get to learn React Native much, but I was able to complete my use cases.
hmm
Like whatever things I wanted to achieve, I was easily able to do that by looking at the previously written code
hmm
and adding basic Google things. So it was easy for me at that time. But setting
yes.
up it also took a lot of time.
I think वो problem it takes time before that problem is solved on all the computers and all the so different devices you're running it on all the situations, so it takes time. React Native maybe that is a problem and used to be problem, um, and I think it might have been solved by now कि compile नहीं हुआ iOS Android के लिए, so we can try. Until then, Ayush, um,
It
it was fun. We'll catch
was
up
really
later.
great.
Yeah. ठीक है,
First live
let's
stream.
end the streaming. OBS is a great software, by the way, for people who are looking into doing this. It's quite intuitive. If you have used Photoshop before, you can just understand the concept of layers and adding them. I had to install 5 different things last night to make it work well. तो वो प्रॉब्लम है अभी भी ड्राइवर्स एंड क्या क्या नहीं, हाउ टू कनेक्ट ऑडियो एंड वीडियो एंड just figure out how to make this thing happen. But I'm looking forward to using it more. And yeah, say it.
And we will make our next stream more, quite more productive than this one.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I'm getting the college views again. Like the first sitting is never productive. You don't do any work. Then you take a trip to Chedis.
Yeah,
You come back.
yeah,
Then you start working.
yeah, for sure. ठीक है चलो.